Good afternoon, soccer fans, and welcome into the Family Arena for this big I-70 matchup between the Kansas City Comets and the St. Louis Ambush. I'm Patrick Kelly alongside Matt Bird, and Matt. Ambush had two tough games against the defending champions, but now they have a chance against the KC Comets, and this is go time.
It is absolutely go time. This team really can't start the season 0-4. It's a must win. They had the season last year against the Comets 4-2. They took this season series, but the KC team, they made the playoffs. They won the ultimate race. If St. Louis Ambush have a sniff of the playoffs, they need to win tonight. New signing, Caduce Laval, played for Fresno FC. He's also been in the Seattle Sounders organization. He's a big, strong lad. He's played in about 30 games last year for Fresno, scored 10 goals. 10 goals in outdoor is quite the output. And my goodness, Patrick, we need some output in this team right now.
The Kansas City Comets got the better of the Ambush in their first meeting, 6-4. And one person that was big in that game was Leo Gibson. The Ambush are going to have to find a way to stop him.
Well, they've had to find a way to stop him for the last 4 years. He seems to have had our number. He's kind of their version of Ian Bennett, I suppose. It's just mercurial. It keeps going on and on, does Leo. But with our defense the way it is, I mean, we don't know if Douglas DeSantos is going to play. We don't know if Axel Duarte is even going to dress tonight. Those are two big names out of our defense, and we're going to have to find a way to keep Leo quiet.
It should be a great matchup between the Comets and the Ambush, and it's next. We will join you shortly from the booth for tonight's action.
So what you know about sacrifice when the lights go out, the price you pay when you're digging down.
Corey Adamson does it, and the Ambush win in overtime. He shoots and scores. Vadim Kochakov, what a shot. He takes a shot, he shoots, he scores! Lucas Almeida, are you kidding me? It's a winner for the Ambush. And welcome into the Family Arena, as it is a very snowy day outside. Roads are bad, but we have a soccer matchup in here for you tonight between the Kansas City Comets and the St. Louis Ambush. Up in the booth, I'm Patrick Kelly alongside Matt Bird. And Matt, we were talking right before we went on air, a lot of new faces for this Ambush team, and it's going to be hard for the Kansas City Comets to be able to get an idea of what this team is like.
Yeah, it's difficult to do video scouting on players that you don't know are going to be in the team, in the lineup against you. But it's exciting for the Ambush. I mean, 0-3. They've got to try something new. So a couple of new faces, a couple of roster changes. And we see Mike Scharf tonight. We've not really seen much of him this season. Andre Braithwaite, I mean, makes his first appearance in the Ambush shirt against his old team. And we saw Will Niamsi in the last game. Very impressed with what I saw. He looked very cool, calm, collected on the ball. He was able to get out of tight spaces real well. For his first indoor game, he really did look like he belonged out there. And we're going to need more output. So, you know, Caduce Laval's coming in. As I said in the pre-game, 10 goals for Fresno. That's not too shabby. And if he can translate that to the indoor game, we really need it.
And the Ambush are going to be going up against Lou Missner in net, 5'10", 200. So another big goalie like they faced with Rafa in the past couple games against the Wave.
Well, he'll hope to have the same result that Rafa did. I thought the Ambush put a lot of pressure on Rafa, and they really didn't get quality opportunities. The last goal that Duduka scored was kind of a fluke, I felt. The Ambush were lucky to go in one up at half time, but you know, then the house kind of fell apart in the second half. If Duduka needs a really good game, I feel, for the Ambush. You know, it's his fourth game with boards and glass, and he's very competent on the futsal field, but he's got to start making an impact. This is his team. Everton's built the offense around him, and he really needs to start making this team his own, I feel.
We discussed earlier in the Open about the playoffs. The Ambush missed out on the playoffs last year to the Kansas City Comets. A new playoff format this year. It could definitely help the Ambush, but first they obviously still need to get by KC if they want to get into the playoffs.
I think it's going to be very difficult, whoever gets in the playoffs this year. I mean, the table's shaping up right now. I mean, Baltimore are a good team. They're always going to be there or thereabouts. They've been beaten, though, this year by Utica. And Utica team is very, very handy, even though they lost Ubi Parapovic, who tore us apart last season. You know, the Heat's playing well. Florida's on a tear. It's really going to be difficult no matter who gets in the playoffs in the East.
As we are just about to get started here at the Family Arena, it's Leo Gibson that will start it off for Kansas City. He's going to start it by immediately throwing it down low. And it's going to be sent over to the far side where Walls is going to be able to grab it, clear it out to St. Louis. Then Keel Williams can't get there. He's taken by Pushar and back to Paulo.
Keel Williams, he's the leading scorer right now for the...
Ambush a 2-on-0 over, trying to get it to, looked like Niamsi, but now Niamsi will be able to get back towards half field.
Kind of took us by surprise there. I was watching Lyrical about Kyle Williams. He's the KC Comets leading scorer right now on 4 points. He's another danger man. I think a lot of the times we kind of concentrate on Leo Gibson and what he can do. But the Kansas City Comets have got a lot of weapons in the locker.
And Caval's out there. The Nigerian just signed not too long ago by the Ambush, making it his MSL debut. As Rodriguez does a nice job cutting through the middle, and Babadia was there trying to grab him. But instead, they're going to send that back. Now popped up in the air. Grabbing it is Nacho. Nacho goes in against Pepe in the corner. Nacho still able to stay with it. Knocked away from him. Now off of Dos Santos. Cleared by the Ambush all the way down. Duduka now out. Fresh off the bench. Able to steal it away. And he looks up looking for the passing lane. Able to get it to Pepe as Missner retreats back to his crease. JT Thomas knocks touches Sharp, a give and go to JT in the corner. He knocks down a KC player, and that's going to be a foul. And so it's going to be JT getting the foul, so look like Ray Lee will start it out for them.
And we were talking about Meisner being in goal, but it's actually Stephen Hemiski.
Now they break away to Gibson. He couldn't get all that shot as that was Niamsi all over him. Now it's going to be Andre Braithwaite against his former club. He was barreling down there, going up against KC, but they're going to get the ball after it bounced into their own bench.
It's the first time we've seen Andre Braithwaite in an Ambush shirt. You know, there was rumors of him maybe retiring. I think people miss it. You know, I think people miss playing, and maybe he was thinking about retiring, and then the season got underway. He was like, you know what, I do miss it. You know, and he saw us playing against his old team, and he just raced down I-70. He just thought, I'll have some of that tonight.
So it's going to be a free kick as Rodriguez fakes it back to Sosa. A long shot taken. That was blocked. The Ambush digging forward in the corner. JT able to get the better of his man, but then Leo Gibson spun around, tried to take a shot, but there's going to be a foul called. That is going to be called on John Sosa. And so now Felipe will get to start it for the Ambush as Tony Walls is out there. He's got Pushar on the far side. Walls all the way back. Good pass to Felipe. Now St. Louis with it. Trying to beat his man. Over to Felipe. Over to the far side. Pepe with it now. Touches it down low. Now Pushar. Nice cut down to the low side in front to Tony Walls and a shot, but that just goes high off a beautiful one-timer in front.
He's just falling backwards. I think he maybe even got a push in the back a little bit there, but Tony was falling backwards and he just skied the ball over the bar. I don't think he quite realized how much time he had. Good open game so far. Both teams attacking. but that's what you'd expect, you know, against these rivals.
Felipe heads it up play, so it'll be Casey ball. We would like to say that we were supposed to have the Slice Awards before the event today, but unfortunately because of the weather, those had to be postponed. It will be rescheduled though, so if one of your kids was going to be getting an award, we will still be rescheduling that at a later date.
Lewis brings down Stefan St. Louis there.
Stocic is told to step back as St. Louis gets prepared for his free kick. Here's Pushar and McGee. He'll use Pushar. Nice move by Pushar. Long shot and a better save by Hemersky.
Really good save. Great cut and shot by Pushar from the corner. And it's usually Almeida that's hiding away in that corner there. That's his little spot, but Pushar's making it his own. That was a really good save though too. Matched the shot well.
So Ambush going to get a restart at the top of the box after that clear by KC. They made a couple line changes as Duduka and JT Thomas are now out there along with Pepe McGee and Tony Walls. McGee, nice touch over, trying to find JT. That was intercepted, though, I believe, by Keel Williams, taken over by JT. Now McGee drops to JT, took a shot that was blocked right as it left his boot. To McGee again. Holds on to it, trying to cut to the inside. Instead, Pepe winds up big boot and a big save in front. I believe that was blocked by a Comet.
And the Ambush players are absolutely screaming for handball there. I'm not quite sure it was. It'll be interesting to see a replay. But the Ambush here have kind of come out flying. It's like they know that it's a must-win game. And Duduka here.
Good steal by him. Couldn't quite corral it just right. Now it goes to Douglas Dos Santos as that ball was still bouncing on him. McGee, though, sends it deep. And then a good header to clear it away. Ambush keeping possession with McGee. So they'll make some changes as the Ambush once again heads to the attack. Pushar down to Duduka. Uses his big frame to keep the opponents away from him. Now Pushar able to clear it to open space. It's going to be Stocic picking it up, and now Duduka able to get the turnover. Sends it back to Dos Santos. A lot of room to work, and a shot taken and a block by John Sosa.
Really good. It's a really good phase of possession here by the Ambush, really putting the pressure on.
Looks like we have too many men. I'm not sure who is on as both teams are making a change, and there was a lot of yelling coming. So that is going to be on Kansas City. In less than 5 minutes into this game, the Ambush are going to have a big opportunity on the power play.
Almost, I don't want to say it too soon, but almost season-defining power play. The Ambush really need to get off to a solid start. They've had a lot of possession in the first 5 minutes here, and they need to get something out of it. You feel like Kansas City's just sitting back, just playing it out, see where the Ambush attacks are coming from. Like they're trying to draw the Ambush in so they can hit them on the counter.
This is going to be Robert Kelly head into the box. He will serve the minor. The St. Louis immediately. Nice pass down to Duduka and a pass in front just past Hemersky. That was cleared away by Palmer and then out of play. St. Louis to restart it. There's only 10 seconds have gone by in the power play. Heads over to Pepe. Pepe, nice cut trying to get around Williams. Gives it over to St. Louis and then through the middle. Beautiful pass to find Duduka on the back door. Tony Walls is there, and that's an easy chip. And as the Ambush score in the power play, and it's 1-0.
And they need that. And they need that. And really good move. Really good little flick there to Duduka. Well-worked goal. But boy, if ever a team needed a goal, it was the Ambush right there. And it was McGee with the little cheeky trick to Duduka, but that's just what the ambush needed. It's just what Duduka needed as well with the assist. And Tony Walls now becomes the leading scorer for the ambush on 3 goals.
And in points as well, he leads. A big goal for Tony Walls, an easy little chip in off a beautiful pass from Duduka.
It was a unselfish play by Duduka. He could have took the shot himself. He had plenty of time, but he saw that Tony was free all alone. It was just a simple square ball across to him.
And a good shot by Kansas City, as that was Adam James taking the shot, and that was blocked immediately as it landed right on Pepe's chest about. So there's now going to be a foul, I believe, on Tony Walls as Leo Gibson went down.
All right, so it's easy to find Tony on a field with those short socks.
Immediately off the bench, a shot taken. That's an easy one for Paulo, as he didn't have to move a muscle.
Easy for you to say.
Easy. It was a hard shot, that's true. He does have gloves on, though, at the same time. But those, depends how they can help.
I think it was a good save for Paulo, a nice, good early save in this game, get his confidence. He's 7th in the league for save percentage. I think it's .712. You know, you wouldn't think it with all the goals he's given up, especially playing the Wave twice. But he is 7th in the league with save percentage. He's in my mind, one of the best goalies in the league, but he's not really had much in front of him. You know, Axel's injured, DeSantis is injured, Acosta went to Florida, but he really has made the most of his opportunity the last couple of seasons in St. Louis, and he's become a veteran of this team.
One person that's definitely helped him so far this year has been Douglas Dos Santos, who also finds his place on the leaderboard in blocks for the MASL.
Well, he was right up there as well. Him and Axel with blocks last year.
And good steal by Felipe from Hemersky. Now down low, goes up top. Niamsiga tried the one-timer from Andre Braithwaite, who went high over the net and into the crowd.
Yeah, I think he wants that back. Braithwaite, nice slide rule pass to find him, though, all alone. And he just tried to side foot it in and tried to place it. He kind of got it all wrong there. And, you know, it goes back to what I'm talking about. You've got to make the most of these opportunities. Against KC, they're not going to allow you all these opportunities. You've got to make the most of it. Just like the Wave in the last couple of games. I find that the ambush are kind of gripping the stick a little bit. They know the pressure's on. They know they have to start getting wins, and I think it's playing on their mind a little, and that's what I hope about this early goal, that it kind of releases some tension. I think the ambush also know that they had a 1-0 lead against the Milwaukee Wave, and the Milwaukee Wave just came back and flattened them, and I think it's playing on their mind. I don't think it's a talent thing. I think it's a mental thing that they have to get over. You know, and that's why it's going to be so important for the ambush to keep rolling here, get a second, get a third. They can't let the KC team have a sniff of getting into this game. I mean, we remember 2 years ago, it was 6-0. The ambush took a lead in the first half, and they still managed to find a way to lose the game. It's these little lacks of focus, lacks of discipline that have cost the ambush games. They've not put together a full, solid 60-minute game, but, you know, often enough. They have done it here and there, but not done it often enough for me.
As we're just about to end the break here at the Family Room, we'd like to remind everybody that the MSL Now is a podcast. You can join host Craig Elston as he talks to players, officials, and coaches from across the league and takes you behind the scenes of the MSL. Check out MASLsoccer.com to listen to the past episodes and subscribe to the official MASL podcast. As KC will start with the ball out of the timeout. A good jump and a better header by Dos Santos led to Duduka, and then JT Thomas is trying to get around Ray Lee, but he's going to pick up the foul.
There wasn't much, to be fair to JT. He's kind of looking at the ref saying, what did I do? But I think Ray knew what he was doing. He sold the foul quite well to the ref there.
Now it's Nacho Flores under a lot of pressure from two ambush. That's Dos Santos and Duduka, but he's able to get it away cleanly. And now a long shot forward by Nacho, trying to find Gibson, able to do so. Gibson settles it. being pestered by Felipe, and then stepping forward to Sharp. He was knocked down hard by Lee. They both get up, seem fine as JT tries to clear it out, kept in by Nacho till he clears it back to his keeper.
You just saw the long ball there to Leo Gibson. You know, I think the ambush I think the Comets know that the ambush can be got at. Ooh!
Good chance by Gibson right there as McGee couldn't get his man in time. Just missed wide though. Now Williams cuts around. That goes off of Mark Sharp's foot and then bounces in. As that is a tough bounce right there, as Paul had no idea where that was headed.
Yeah, it's unfortunate on Mike Sharp. But Kyle Williams, you can't give him an inch of space, you know. And I think the KC Comets have got a game plan of a little bit long ball tactics. I think they know that De Santos may not be 100%. He got injured in the last game. They're missing Axel Duarte. And I think they know they can, if they can bypass the midfield, long balls. Leo Gibson is able to protect the ball well in the corners, and he can just feed the ball off. And they fed the ball off to Kyle Williams there, and there's the result. We're all square at 1.
So Williams gets his third on the year, his team leading third of the year, and is also the team leader in points now with 5. So top guys for both squads getting on the score sheet early.
And again, it's going to be interesting to find out how the ambush react to this. Do the heads drop? Does the morale go? Are they able to keep the shape, keep the discipline? I think in the last 2 games against the Wave, the amount of time they spent in the penalty box were also killers, especially in the second half.
And after a couple close fouls, St. Louis finally picks up the foul as he knocked down Gibson. So the refs seem to be letting a little bit go so far tonight. Is trying to make the spin around was Gibson, then Pushar stole it right back to Gibson off the boards, then a shot taken hard by the Comets James. But that goes out of play off a body, so it will be Comet ball.
Yeah, Adam James, and just like Kyle Williams, just a guy you can't forget about. As I say, I think we concentrate on the Leo Gibsons, the Ian Bennett's of the world. The supporting cast around Kansas City as well is just as lethal.
2 hard shots there, both just missed their mark. As St. Louis gets knocked down by Kyle Williams, that's going to be ambush ball. And Williams gets his first of the half. Some quick changes by the ambush. Wholesale as they're trying to get down to, it's like Caduce. They were able to do so. Now Babadia steals it. And Caduce down to Babadia, and a good save there by Hemersky.
Yeah, he got down well there, Hemersky, and made the save with his feet, but he didn't have a lot of time to react, and he managed to drop his body pretty quickly.
Felipe backs up a bit, gives it over to McGee, and right back to Felipe, now down into the corner, able to find Caduce. And was doing a good job keeping possession, passing it around the offensive zone until it goes all the way back for Paulo. They reset back up.
I mean, they've just conceded the ambush, but they can't panic. I think sometimes they get in their own heads and they can't panic when they've conceded a goal. I think they still had the majority of the possession in this game, the majority of the opportunities. Babadia there almost stole that.
Nacho able to take it away. Pushing all the way down. Now Palmer dropped it back. And it goes over to John Sosa. Near side, Leo Gibson. Nice way to thread it past Felipe, but Paulo was able to step forward and beat Nacho to the ball. A lot of talking from the ambush as McGee and Paulo pass it around, able to find a wide open JT Thomas, and he has a lot of room to work with. Has Felipe on his left, he uses him. Felipe cuts up, sending it to the middle, looking for Mike Scharf. It'll be deflected away by Lee.
Yeah, Felipe should have got that ball across a little quicker. The little hesitation there allowed the Comets defense that extra step to get back in time and block the cross.
3 men up top for the ambush as Pepe slowly works his way in, looks down low, has Duduka, back to Pepe, he shoots and scores. Pepe off a one-timer, and the ambush have the lead again.
just the reaction they wanted after the Comets pulled level. Really nice finish from Pepe there. They're quite an angle. Pinpoint shot. We'll have a look at the replay here in a minute. Still had a lot to do, Pepe there.
Beautiful pass down to Duduka.
Maybe Hemiski got a little blindsided, couldn't see through traffic. But, you know, it's the first time the Ambush have scored more than one goal since the last time we played KC out there at Silverstein Ice Center.
So Pepe's going to get the goal, assisted by Duduka, his second assist of the game tonight. He has now 3 on the year so far, a point total of 5 for Duduka.
And he won't mind. I mean, I think I concentrate on goals. But, you know, as long as the Ambush are winning, I don't think he'll mind where the points come from.
Looks like it's going to be a restart on the other side in the KC end of the field. Ref moves as Williams is not really looking towards the side of the kick. As now it's Caduce who's going to get over to McGee. Down to Jonathan Pushar. Able to cut to the inside. 2 PKC Bill around him. A beautiful pass over to Caduce for his first goal in his first MSL game. And that's just a little chip and able to sneak it past Hamersky.
Good for Caduce. I was hoping that his outdoor form from last season would transpose into the indoor game, but he'll not have an easier finish than that. It was really set up on a playback. Was that Felipe?
It's Pushar.
Oh, Pushar. Yeah, on a play. He had ample time. He could have stopped that ball, made a cup of tea before putting that ball away.
What a heads-up play by Jonathan Pushar. Had a little bit of space between him and the boards. Used it. And a beautiful cross-field pass. The Ambush have a 2-goal lead.
Well, they can take a little sigh of relief, the Ambush, but they can't go to sleep on this KC team.
And Yamsi certainly isn't going to sleep. He walks in, takes a shot, a big save, rebound there by Babadia, and that just goes wide of the net as the Ambush had a golden opportunity to pull ahead.
Nice run by Will Niamsi, but the rebound came to Babadia. It just wouldn't sit down for him. It was just stayed up too high, and he couldn't get his leg over the ball to keep it down. But again, a couple of really good goal-scoring opportunities, and the Ambush find themselves with a 3-1 lead. You know, and these are the clear-cut opportunities we've not been having, we've not been creating.
The Ambush back in. It's a 3-on-1. Leo Gibson takes a shot, missed everything as he was able to pull Paulo out of his net. But Kansas City was unable to do so. Now James fed it through to Gibson, and Gibson tried to give it further down to John Sosa, but that was intercepted and cleared out by Felipe.
Well, that chance there by Gibson, you'd have put money on him scoring from there. When he managed to take it down and it was just one-on-one with him and Paulo, I felt for sure it was going to be 3-2.
Cleared into the corner, racing for it is Lee, and he got a little header on it, but not much speed as Paul is able to retrieve it. Now a long heave, trying to find Tony Walls. Walls, the header, it bounces once, and it's in! An unbelievable goal by Tony Walls.
You can't teach that. That is just instinct for the game by Tony Walls. Hemiski didn't know whether to stick or twist, come out and get the ball, stay back. But if he did, Hemiski really, he had no choice. I mean, if he'd have just stayed back there, Tony Walls would have just took the ball down and, you know, and smashed it past him. You know, but the KC defense kind of left Hemiski out to dry there. He didn't know what to do, and a great heads-up play though by Tony Walls just to nod it over him and into a gaping net.
So he is going to get his second of the game, third of the season. A beautiful feed from Paulo as he's going to get on the score sheet once again. As that is going to be his second point, as he already has a goal this year. And Hemersky trying to send it all the way down. Good job by Paulo to push that away. And then Ray Lee gets away from St. Louis. And then send all the way down into the corner as Paulo's going to be able to step forward. Good spacing by McGee to let him grab that ball. St. Louis pressured by Lee. Lee able to intercept it. Good pass off the boards to Nacho. Flores cuts to the middle. And then Williams trying to send it down to Gibson. It's going to be intercepted by St. Louis, and he's got some wheels going the other way. St. Louis pulls up and then sends it all the way back for Dos Santos for a change.
Good decision there by Stephen St. Louis. He didn't really have much on. There was Braithwaite was with him, but he was marked. Keep possession. Don't try and force something. Keep possession there. A mistake there by Pushar gives the ball right back to Casey. That's what I'm talking about. Keep possession. You don't have to force something. You're 4-1 up. Let Casey chase you.
Now it's chipped in all the way to Levis. But it's going to be deflected by Gibson, and then Paulo's just going to try and kill as much time as possible. Hands it off to McGee. Intercepted. Then Gibson, the spin around shot off the glass. Back to Nacho. Touched over. A nice header there by Lewis. But it's going to be intercepted by Paulo. Sent all the way down. This time, Casey's able to grab a hold of it. Sosa down for Lewis. Takes a shot off the boards. Looking for, I believe, Gibson in front. But now Sosa will grab it. And it'll be cleared out of play.
Well, that little passage of play there has to be a warning to the ambush. You know, they can't take their foot off the gas because they will be punished. You know, they lost possession there. Pushar gave it away, a little sloppy pass, and then that led to a good sustained 30-40 seconds of Kansas City pressure.
And Tony Walls able to get around Lewis and unable to get around Sorry. Instead, it's going to go further, and he's able to grab it. Sorry, nice move around Pepe. He gets some speed moving forward, sends it off the boards, bounces all the way back, a long shot taken, and that hits the boards wide. Now Palmer again, didn't get all of that one though. Easy save for Paulo. Throws it all the way forward, looking for Niamsi, or rather, Quaidus. But that is going to be the end of the first quarter with the ambush up on their rivals, the KC Comets, 4-1.
You're all right there with Kudus and Niamsi. They look very similar from this distance. It's going to take us a while to get used to them. Tony Walls. I like the guy. I've followed his career for the best part of 3-4 years since he was with Rochester. We know what he can do. He just brought it in that first 15 minutes. Really, really good goal. The second one especially, really pleased for Kudus Laval. You know, nice finish to get his first goal in an ambush shirt. And really, I do think that the 4-1 scoreline kind of flatters the ambush right now. I don't think Kansas City deserve to be 3 goals down. But it's been coming this from the ambush. I've got to say that you have the opportunities, take the opportunities, be more clinical.
And we're back with you right before the start of the second quarter. As the ambush lead the Comets 4-1. Patrick Kelly and Matt Bird alongside you as they just sounded the horn here at the Family Arena. Sounds like they will be just finishing up shortly. But Andre Braithwaite, another member of the ambush who had a very good quarter, and as well as Duduka, 2 assists.
Really happy for Duduka. I mean, as I say, I think what I'd heard of him coming into the season, maybe I was expecting a replacement for Zach Reggett, Justin Stinson, and that's harsh on Duduka, right? You know, expectation versus reality. He's coming to a new country, he's come to a new team, he's come to a new game. You know, it's going to take him a while to settle. But, you know, 2 really solid assists there in the game. You know, he got a goal against the Wave, he got a goal, his first goal against KC, out in KC 2 weeks ago. He's starting to find his feet. And Caduce Laval, you know, solid finish. I've seen a lot of the ambush in the last 3 years, as you know, and it's 4-1, and you've seen it all fall apart before, Patrick. And you don't want to say, you want to think that it's a new team and a new season, but this Kansas City Comets, they can bring it back. They do have the talent to bring it back. I have to say, I've been really impressed with the new guys that they've brought in, Niamsi, Caduce, and Andre Braithwaite. I mean, you started the conversation by mentioning him. He's a big, strong, strapping lad. He's a proven producer in this league. He's got maybe a reputation for being a bit loose, a little bit of a wild child, but he's also a veteran of this league, and he knows how to play. He's like Tony. You know, Tony Walls has been there, done that, bought the T-shirt. And, you know, and he brings a bit of experience to be able to show these new lads that have come from USL, that have come from futsal, what it's all about.
Gibson able to get around Felipe, and then diving forward was Paulo, and he's claiming he got all ball as Gibson gets sent down hard to the ground.
I feel for Paulo there. He did get all ball, but he also got all man. And, you know, the follow through is what he was penalised for, not the initial tackle, I feel. I mean, I feel for him. He got all ball, but the afters, you know, you've got to be in control of your body. And the follow through, he took Leo down, and, you know, anytime you go in kind of two-footed like that, you're putting yourself at the mercy of the referee. And if you give the referee a decision to make, don't be surprised when it goes against you.
So JT Thomas will be serving the penalty for the ambush. Paul got it. Now the power play for KC as it goes to Williams, and a shot taken that got blocked, I believe, by a body before it reached Paulo. And then the shot misses the net and heads into the netting as Paul will get the restart.
And just as important as the ambush first penalty was, when Tony Walls was able to get us off the mark and get us rolling in this game, this penalty kill is just as vitally important. You know, the ambush cannot allow KC to get a foothold in this game. They've got to keep momentum going. And here comes Stephen St. Louis, and that was a chance for a short-handed goal. He kind of snapped at it. I don't think he realized how much time and space he had.
He had Pepe as well, as Pepe was able to steal it from the Comets off the glass. Goes to Paulo, and a good job by the ambush to kill some more time, sending it all the way down to Lee.
To be fair to Stefan, though, I mean, when you're short-handed, you never expect to have that much time. But a big minute, 23 seconds here for the ambush.
This is going to be Lucas Rodriguez and Sosa going back and forth. Pepe and Felipe pressuring. Nice touch by Gibson to get some open space for John Sosa. Calls back Gibson. Gibson knocking it down low. Rodriguez has to just send it back up to Gibson. Felipe pressuring now in the corner with Pepe all over, and they try to pass. It's going to be deflected by Felipe and out with only 50 seconds left on the ambush penalty kill.
It's very telling, though, with the ambush with Walls, Felipe, McGee. The proven veterans of this team are out there on this penalty. I don't know if everyone really trusts some of the new guys that haven't really played much indoor. Oh, and that's a great finish.
Beautiful finishes. That was Gibson. A nice touch over to Rodriguez for the power play goal to make it 4-2.
And I was saying that, you know, the ambush had the veteran team players on the penalty kill, but they still couldn't stop a really good finish like that. You know, hit with pace, full on the run. And he just kind of towed it into the corner, but he towed it with venom, and he knew exactly what he was doing. Really good finish, that.
So now it's 4-2 off the goal from number 10, Lucas Rodriguez, his second of the year, to pull his team within 2.
It's kind of surreal, you know, it's quiet, you know, the attendance is low because of the snow globe outside. It's kind of surreal that, you know, 4-2 game like this still in the first half. Under normal circumstances, this arena would be absolutely bouncing. It's kind of surreal, don't you feel?
It definitely is. As we mentioned before, obviously because of the weather in St. Louis, the Slice Awards will be rescheduled that were supposed to happen before this game, as well as the schools that were supposed to be performing God Bless America. They will be rescheduled. As JT Thomas hits a 3-on-1, they have Pepe. Pepe off the boards looking for Jaduka, and then able to step forward first was Hermersky. Long heave up, able to find Gibson over to Kyle Williams. Williams up against Dos Santos. Williams able to pull back, and now Nacho with some space. Nice feed down to Gibson. Gibson looking for the centering pass, but instead that's going to go back to Williams. As Casey makes a couple changes.
You get the feel here that the Comets can smell blood.
Good steal by Pushar, but he's going to be called for the foul as Gibson went down.
You know, as I say, the KC Comets say they can smell blood. They know one goal changes everything in this game.
Pass over to Williams. He was wide open and a good block. That was diving. But that was JT with it. Now here comes Andre Braithwaite trying to cut around Surrey. Knocked him down.
You can't give Kyle Williams that much space. My goodness, he was all alone. Great block, but they've got to be tighter than that, the defenders.
There's a giveaway by Pushar. Stepping forward to Rodriguez. The shot hits the glass just above the net. Kept alive by Surrey. Now Gibson, the shot, and that is an unbelievable shot by Leo Gibson into the top corner. And it is a 1-goal game, 4-3, off a big boot by Gibson.
Well, he smashed that with some venom, didn't he? He put his laces absolutely through that ball. What an absolute quality shot that was from Leo Gibson, and that's what he can do. And I said they could smell blood. They knew they had the momentum. And as I say, I don't think that the Comets deserve to be 4-1 down anyway to begin with. But this might be a little morale crusher for the ambush when they really needed anything but.
And Everton is steaming right now in that ambush huddles. So he set Pepe on the bench. And he gives a good talk to the rest of the players. As you said, Kansas City smelled blood, and the ambush just gave him a couple too many times of a lapse of judgment in case he took advantage.
Well, that Kyle Williams effort just before Leo scored should have been a warning. You know, that should have been a little wake-up call. Hey, you know, we're leaving these guys far too open. You know, that had to be the wake-up call that the ambush needed to say, hey, let's get tighter. Let's be a little bit more disciplined in defense. But it's easy for me to sit up here and say, hey, you've got to close down Leo Gibson. But I think Everton's there just trying to calm the ship. Just say, hey, you know, it's a different game than the earlier games in the season.
We hear the horn here as the ambush will get to start with it after the goal by Gibson.
Great finish, though.
Unbelievable finish. Going short side like that, just miraculous.
You know, I think when Pepe scored for the ambush in the first, Hermersky may have been a little blindsided. He may not have been able to see it. It came through a few defenders' legs, and he kind of saw it late. Paolo saw all of that. He just couldn't stop it. It was hit with that much force.
The rest were discussing some over by their penalty box. Now it appears they are ready to go. And the ambush will start back up. Nyamsi with it for Paulo. James pressuring Paulo. Quickly has to get it away to Walls, and then it's turned over, but a foul is going to be called on Kansas City. As you can just see the little pep in Kansas City step, and right after that timeout they had to say we have them right where they want them.
I always felt that the Comets were kind of sitting back and allowing the ambush to come at them. They just wanted to figure the ambush out, figure these new guys out, see what they're all about. Just try and find where they can hit the ambush. And then Tony Walls there called for the foul. He can't believe it.
As he took down Lee as they were trying to fight for position off the boards. Now Hammerski trying to feed it to James. Great touch by Niamsi. And Tony Walls can't get there as it goes to this near side. Cadus able to get it down to Paulo. Keeps it on the ground looking for Tony Walls, and he starts running, trying to get around Lee. Looks up, sees he has Andre Braithwaite. Now Babadia able to get past Sosa, and then it's going to go down to Niamsi to Tony Walls. Walls takes a shot off the crossbar. He had a chance to take a 2-goal lead of a beautiful shot from Tony Walls, and he can't believe it as he heads back to the bench.
I can't believe it. He's an inch away from getting his hat trick there, and Hammerski was beaten, but the bar wasn't.
The ambush were able to make some changes as they now have Duduka. Rory has 2 assists on the night. He has it now about the yellow line. Instead, just sending it back for McGee. Now Mike Scharf, the St. Louis native. Touchdown to Felipe. Felipe looking, and Scharf was not in the corners. That's where it was sent by Felipe. Kicked high up in the air, and McGee is able to keep it alive. Racing over Stokic, able to beat Felipe, able to feed it to Williams, and now John Sosa with a lot of space on the far side.
And if he could have found Stokic there, he'd been off.
Now Hammerski, long boot forward, and Paul is able to grab it. Took 1 step outside the box, but that's going to be a problem, or not a problem rather, as it goes all the way down to Braithwaite from McGee. Braithwaite going in hard against the boards. It was Sandivari. Mike Scharf. Good touch, trying to get Felipe, but he was going off for a change. Now Pepe, a lot of space, trying to feed it down low as that was Braithwaite trying to get there, but it's going to be taken over by the Comets.
Great heads-up play by Sandivari there. Just quick step to cut out that pass in case he got the ball again.
Stays on the ground. Leo Gibson and Dos Santos go back and forth. Gibson able to pass it over to Rodriguez, who has the 3rd goal for this Comets club. And goes down low. Nacho trying to get around St. Louis. Goes against the boards, and St. Louis is going to box him out, but kept in by Rodriguez.
KC have got the ambush penned in right now. They have the mojo.
Rodriguez able to send it in. John Sosa. Now Gibson trying to give and go to Sosa, but getting there first for the ambush is Babadia. You know, he's pressured by Gibson. 2 Comets all over him. Ball goes up in the air, and that's going to be a foul called in. A blue card. I believe that's going to be on Kansas City.
It's on DeSantos.
It is going to be on the ambush.
It's on DeSantos. I think DeSantos slipped a little bit, and he kind of slipped on the tip, but that pushed his, he kind of went 2-footed into the tackle. And again, you have to be in control of your own body. And it looks a pretty bad foul, to be fair. As soon as it happened, I'm like, oh, that's a blue card. And DeSantos doesn't have a mean bone in his body. He wouldn't have done that on purpose. I think he slipped first, but his momentum took him into the KC player.
So Dos Santos was not happy about that as he headed to the boxes. It'll be John Sosa taking the corner for Kansas City. Nice little toe to Gibson. A long shot taking, goes off the glass just wide. Pepe trying to beat Gibson, unable to do so. Now a foul called. That's going to be on Leo Gibson. Good decision by Felipe, and just going to clear it all the way down. Kill some clock as the KC Comets are 1 for 1 on the power play.
And as much as I said that the Comets didn't deserve to be 3 goals down, I think if the Comets equalize here after the first half the ambushes had been 4-1 up, I don't think that would be fair either, to be honest.
Kansas City gets set up. It's Gibson and Sosa up top. Able to send it down to Lee, and then a pass just a bit too far off the mark. All the way back to the keeper, Hemersky. Sosa to Rodriguez.
Sosa's asking for a bit more movement from his forwards.
And good play by Tony Walsh, trying to knock it away. That ball is loose, and then Pepe gets it. He's taken down. That's going to be a foul. Easy call for the ref there. As the ambush once again take possession. 56 seconds left on their penalty kill. Felipe's just going to clear it down, find Stefan St. Louis. And trying to cut around Sandivari. He's going to be called for the foul.
.48 seconds left, Patrick. Vitally important that the ambush get out of this.
Good play to Duduka, and he's going to sit with it in the corner. Two KC Comets all over him, able to take that with Sandivari. And now Stokic. Nice touch back, Williams. And a lot of space for Lee as he pushes forward with it. 30 seconds remain. Lee gets past one man, then Tony Wall steps forward, and he's going to be able to steal that. Towed forward to Bobadilla, and then Tony Wall's all the way down. A beautiful touch, beautifully timed. Just 10 seconds left. Sosa to Rodriguez, right back to John Sosa. Now to Gibson, able to wield it over to Rodriguez, and a long shot taken by Gibson in the final seconds of the power play, but that goes wide in the ambush. Are back to even strength.
I want to go back to that play by Tony Walls there. He's been the absolute man of the half for the ambush. But I wanted to wait until the penalty ended before I said that, because as soon as I would have said something, I would have jinxed us.
So Bobadilla and Rodriguez go down as appears that is going to be a foul on the ambush. Both teams making changes.
Too many men call for the ambush, I believe.
And they're going to be right back on the penalty kills. It's going to be Bobadilla heading to the box. He was headed there, and now he'll back up as the man who served the last, or Paulo's penalty rather, JT, will head to the penalty box.
Well, out of the frying pan into the fire. You can't be giving the Comets 4 minutes like this.
So they get it down to Lee. Good play by Felipe. Knocked it up top. But KC keeps possession. Gibson to Hemersky. Now John Sosa heading forward with it. Williams off the boards. Can't get there in time as he was knocked down. No call, those. Just kind of blew past him. And now Hemersky way out of his net going up against Felipe. Clears it all the way down. Good header by McGee towards midfield, and then there's going to be a foul, I believe, on Felipe.
Yeah, Kyle Williams just kind of put a knee to his back there as they went up for the header. It was a nothing foul. It was what it was. But he certainly wasn't there. He wasn't from there, Felipe. He was right back where Paolo was.
Pepe, the long shot, able to get to St. Louis in the corner. St. Louis and Felipe go back and forth, and then John Sosa is able to clear it forward. And go right back to Sosa. So they have 1:10 left on their power play. Rodriguez fresh off the bench, good touchdown to Lee. Can't get around Pepe, and then the clearing attempt by Felipe fails, and McGee successfully does so, and a good job keeping it in play. It bounces all the way down. And I don't believe that is going to count, as there was a whistle.
3-line. I believe it's a 3-line infraction, maybe.
If so, it was definitely close. So they were right at about that yellow line.
Well, the goal doesn't stand either way. Paolo almost thought he was going to get his second goal against the Comets there.
So the referees head over to discuss the situation, as well as Gibson and McGee will head towards the box to discuss what's going on.
Well, what is going on is there's 58 seconds of the penalty. Ambush have basically killed 3 minutes in a row here. The defenders have to be absolutely shattered. They've not had a rest for 3 minutes. KC have come at them. Leo Gibson still looking at the referee's box, wondering what's going on.
And Casey staying near them, but the ambush just, once the ref said something to them, they backed up and they just got immediately into their positions to start. And now here come the referees.
I think that the ambush defenders were just glad to have a little breather.
So Palmer got the foul, and Sosa took that shot right off the start. Goes right back to him. And then Rodriguez down low for Lee. Sends it over to this near side for Leo Gibson. Gibson, nice toe over to Rodriguez as he's knocked down hard by Pepe, and that's an easy call from for the referee on Pepe.
Yeah, you can't bundle people over like that again.
Williams took a shot, good block by Felipe. Paula coming out of his net to have to block that. Now Paula once again being knocked down by Lee, and he's going to get called for the foul as Paula stumbles.
Really good block in the initial phase of that play by Felipe. A goal-saving little block.
Now here comes Pepe with 20 seconds left on the penalty kill. Nice touch right back to Pepe from St. Louis. Has to be. Palmer takes a shot, just looking for the far side. Just barely missed though. Now with some speed is Sosa. Lots of room to work as both teams are making changes. Touchdown to Williams, back to Sosa, and then back to Williams before going up top to Rodriguez. And JT Thomas is back on the field after the penalty has expired. Scharf not able to get it. Now McGee heads it to Scharf. He kicks it forward, coming off the bench. No call though, as Sandovari didn't even touch the ground. He just stepped right on the ball from the bench. As JT gets the rebound off the save by Paulo. Great resiliency, able to stay with it. Gets it to Duduka. Duduka knocked down. And that is going to be Williams with the foul. And so a big restart for the ambush.
Yeah, easy call for the referee to make there. Duduka wanted a card, but again, it was just a regular run-of-the-mill foul. You know, just one of them things that happen in soccer. But a big free kick opportunity here for the ambush, having just killed those 4 minutes.
Felipe heads down low. Duduka takes a shot, kept it on the ground, but Hemersky kind of knocked it away, and then it deflected out of play on KC. It's touched back for Felipe, and then he's going to go off for a change. And out comes Will Niamsi. Down to Tony Walls, looking for the header to try and deflect it in, but
he fancies it tonight. Those headers, those little flicks, those headers, he's on it tonight, Tony.
It's going to be a corner for the ambush as it was declared out on KC. That was close, but a big corner here. Touch to Duduka, and then a whistle called. And it's going to be KC Comet ball. So JT picks up the foul, his third, so he's going to have to be careful for the last 2.5 minutes of this first half.
Especially when you spend 4 minutes in the box.
Niamsi can't take it away from Flores. Flores able to find some open space, and Niamsi just uses his reach to steal that ball right away from him. Sorry, comes back to try and take it. Instead, Tony Walls intercepts it and gets it to Pepe. Back to Pushar. Now Paul holds on to it for a second. His team is making some changes all the way down. Good job by Braithwaite, knocks it off his chest. Trying to redirect it in, but an easy save there.
Just tell though that St. Louis and Braithwaite were not in sync there. You can tell they're not played together. They just were off the pace a little bit.
Good side touch by Gibson. A better one by Palmer to send it down into the ambush end. Taken by Pushar and then stolen right back. Sorry to Gibson. And then Gibson for John Sosa. Stolen by Pepe, and Pepe just clears it out. 80 seconds remain in the half. Ambush still have the lead. They have not conceded the lead yet this game. As it goes down to Sari, tried to touch it to James, right back to Sari, and then he got stolen away from him from Niamsi. And now Andre Braithwaite loses it to Nacho Flores. And Pushar able to do a good job to knock it up to Braithwaite. Taken by Lewis. And then that's taken right back from him by Kadus. He's knocked down hard. Kadus is by Lewis. Wanted the call, as well as most of the fans here at the Family Arena.
Will Niamsi getting his big long legs, a couple of toe pokes away, important touches just to take the KC Comets off their stride.
Lewis the spin around pass, able to find Rodriguez all the way back. Sosa to Rodriguez with 20 seconds. Back to Sosa. Ambush just trying to get into half with the lead as it bounces around in the box. A good play by Paula to step forward as Babadia had the Comets tied up. Heaves it all the way forward, headed into the middle area. Here comes Gibson with only 4 seconds left. Takes a last second shot off the glass. One more shot from Rodriguez, and that's going to miss everything in the ambush. We'll head into the first half with a big lead, 4-3 over the Kansas City Comets.
Well, you said it right there at the end of the ambush. We're just hoping and praying to hear that buzzer. They were holding on. Kansas City, you know, there was 80 seconds left, but they piled on there right at the end. I think that the ambush are fortunate to be ahead 4-3, honestly. I mean, they had that 4-minute power play that they had to kill, and you wouldn't have been surprised if it had been 4-4. But the ambush, I thought, were good value for a 4-1 lead. Maybe didn't deserve it, but it's no surprise that the Comets came back the way they did either.
So the Comets trying to start to come back, but it's 4-3 the ambush lead, as we will be back with the second half shortly. You're watching MSL TV.
Fred, did you remember to set out the trash?
Oh, I forgot, but I'll get it.
And I'm sure you remembered that tomorrow's our anniversary, right?
Sure I did, honey.
Oh, did you remember to notify Missouri One Call to have the underground utilities marked?
Ah, I forgot. But I need to do that before we get started.
Fred, there are some things in this world you should never forget, and that's one of them.
You're right.
For over 50 years, the Nicodem family has provided quality, affordable dentistry across St. Louis.
Right now, Nicodem Dental is offering single tooth, simple extraction for only $99. Don't suffer another minute. Call us today.
Imagine your new smile today at Nicodem Dental.
Shop smarter. The Schnucks Rewards app puts hundreds of exclusive new coupons in your hand each week. Get the app that gets you.
Broken bone, ankle sprain, muscle strain? Fix it fast, fix it right at Orthopedics Now. Signature Orthopedics After Hours Walk-In Clinic at 2 convenient locations in South County and West County. Visit afterhoursortho.com.
Hello Ambush fans, this is Lucas Almeida from your St. Louis Ambush.
He takes the shot, he shoots, he scores! Lucas Almeida, are you kidding me?
Today I'm here to talk about our friends at Stange Law Firm. If you or anyone you know is facing a divorce or in need of compassionate family law representation, the team of attorneys at Stange Law Firm can help. Stange Law Firm has been a proud supporter of Ambush Soccer since 2016 and is here to help you rebuild your life.
never kind of lost faith in your team. What are you guys going to work on in practice so that maybe the next game can be a little less of a nail-biter for us?
Number one, finishing. Number two, making sure that this guy doesn't have to stand on his head the way he did the entire game.
Shot taking, good block by Paulo. Palmer sends it in front. Nacho and Gibson a good chance. Rodriguez, 50 seconds left. Gibson cuts in, and an unbelievable save by Paulo as he is standing tall.
It's time to rethink fitness. We pioneered the fitness industry. Now, we're redefining it. Through the power of service and personalization, the power of community and innovation, and above all, the power of promise. We have more than 50 years of experience to power yours. Gold's Gym. Experience change.
Hello, Ambush fans. This is Chef Larry G., owner of Championship Catering. We serve the most amazing food for your wedding, corporate event, or just about any occasion. We are recognized as one of St. Louis's top caterers by Small Business Monthly. Check us out online at championshipcatering.com or call me, Chef Larry G., at 314-606-9520. And let's plan your party.
No matter your sport, no matter your injury, we're on your team. The physicians of Signature Orthopedic Sports Medicine will get you back in the game. We're in your neighborhood, right where you need us. Visit signaturesportsmed.com.
We're GAF. We make roofing that protects against rain and shine. We protect hometowns and downtowns. We protect Sunday mornings and Sunday afternoons. We're a roof that saves energy and a roof that makes energy. We're the people behind the product and the ones on top of it. We protect what matters most. We're GAF.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Use promo code AMBUSH online for a buy one, get one free cheesesteak. The Post Sports Bar and Grill. Stay posted.
amazing. He's just another brick in the wall. That is Paulo Vitor. He's another brick in the wall.
And Paulo comes up. Got a lot of pressure lately, though, as here come the Comets. Going to the middle, and Sandoval in. A giveaway by the ambushes. It goes in front, and a great save by Paulo. Rodriguez sets up his team. Stand down in the corner, a one-time headshot. A great save by Paulo.
We are new to the area, and my family's looking for a dentist.
For over 50 years, the Nicodim family has provided quality, affordable dentistry across St. Louis. We offer a $49 new patient special, including exam, routine cleaning, and bite wing x-rays. Imagine your new smile today at Nicodim Dental.
Shop smarter. The Schnucks Rewards app organizes your shopping list by aisle, remembers what you like, and is always with you. Get the app that gets you.
ValPack is coming to your mailbox soon, and you don't want to miss it. Your ValPack will be filled with savings on the goods and services you love. And it might just have a $100 check inside. Don't miss out on the great savings with ValPack.
Business owners who are going through a divorce have some really unique circumstances that they have to account for, which is what is the value of their business. That can be a big issue in a divorce matter. That can be really important to have a business valuator on board to really look at the value of that business. And then on top of that, it can be really difficult in terms of child support calculations, in terms of determining spousal maintenance when somebody owns a business, because at the end of the day, there's lots of passive income that can really go in the direction of the business owner, and so it's really important to work with forensic accountants in a lot of these cases as well.
Goes into the corner now for Gerson, going up against Kochikov, able to drop that back into the shot, and a good save by Paulo, and then goes off the end boards. Gerson, the side kick, and it goes right into Paulo. To Gerson, and then back for Fritas, the shot, and a good block by Paulo. Now wide open Almeida, waits, shoots, he scores!
Control by Perry, shoots, Sweater gets an arm on it.
Kept in by McGee, he takes the long shot, that's deflected, and it goes in. McGee, the power play goal.
They're going crazy here at Kiel!
Punt's there to stop the play. Look out, Moser on his left, but he scores! Oh, baby!
Nice play to a wide open Pepe, he shoots, he scores!
Daryl Duran on his way, three-pointer, he scores! Oh, baby!
He takes the shot, he shoots, he scores! Lucas Almeida, are you kidding me?
All right, well, we're back on the air right now. We're getting ready for the second half, but we are going to look at the leading assists right now. JJ Gibson playing for the Harrisburg Heat. He's top of the pile with 2 others. JJ, well known to the Ambush, obviously, about what he can do. And Bo Yelovich, I mentioned Utica in the pregame. Utica is going to be right up there in the East. They're playing really well right now. Juan Pereira, Adrian Gutierrez, and Alejandro Leyva. Cesar Serda rounds off the top 6. All of those got 4 or 5 assists. Leading blocks, Mike Jones with Mesquite Outlaws at 6, with Roberto Escalante, Monterey Flash. Monterey Flash are absolutely pounding the West right now. They've won 5, lost 5. We'll get to a lot more Flash players as we go on towards talking about the scorers. Goals against leaders. We got Diego Reynoso, another Monterey player, but we all know that Rafa Diaz down there with 2.63 goals against. I mean, he's played us twice, only allowed 2 goals. One of those was a fluke. Hugo Sliwa down there at Florida with 3.61 against. Florida, great team, hot right now, 4-0. Points leaders, Edgar Gonzalez, points leader, goal leader. 15 points on the year so far. I think he's got 11 goals maybe. What can you say about Monterey? They've absolutely smashed Dallas. They've smashed Sonora. Dominic Francis, again, with JJ Gibson at Harrisburg. They're having a great season so far. Vinny Datas, second right now in the points with 10. Christian Segura, Miguel Vaca, Adrian Gonzalez rounding off the top 6 in points leaders. And scoring leaders, again, as I say, it's Edgar Gonzalez with Monterey. They're absolutely battering all before them right now. Big win over Turlock, I believe, 3-2. It might be Mesquite. My memory's fading as I'm getting older. But anyway, I know they have big wins against Dallas and Sonora. Turlock, also another team in the West, really surprising me right now. Only 1 game in San Diego. That was last night, and San Diego beat an Ontario Fury team that I expected a little more from, to be honest, 4-2. But anyway, we've got our own second half to watch. Patrick.
We do, as the Ambush lead the Comets heading into the second half. Very good first half from that Ambush, specifically Tony Walls was someone who definitely stepped out for this Ambush squad.
Absolutely. What a first 30 minutes by Tony Walls. And I think that's the Tony Walls we've come to expect here.
It's stolen by Palmer. Palmer able to get it down. Adam James racing forward against Bobadilla. Try to pass it back. No one was there though. And it's a 2-on-1. A lot of speed. McGee has Tony Walls fed it just past Sosa. Walls comes in, takes a shot just wide of the net. May have clipped the post as Pushar is able to get it off the boards.
We talked about Tony Walls before. I mean, he's a post and a bar away from a hat-trick right now. But I think the first 10 minutes here of the second half is vitally important for the Ambush. I think they have to keep Kansas City quiet, because I think that they knew that going into halftime, the KC had all the momentum, they had the mojo, they were throwing everything in the kitchen sink at Paolo, and they're probably going to come out again in the second half. All guns are blazing, but the Ambush have to keep them quiet and maybe try and nick one themselves and extend this lead.
The Ambush able to grab possession off the boards. Bobadilla getting it to Paulo, trying to keep it on the right ground to Duduka, and he was knocked down, and John Sosa is not happy about that at all. As the Ambush will get the free kick right about the yellow line.
Well, you knocked Duduka over at your peril. But I think this is the third home game in a row that the Ambush have gone into halftime with a goal advantage, and they've come away with nothing both times. Big strike by Duduka. But it makes you wonder, you talk about mental state and fragility of a team. You know, what are they thinking going in again with a goal advantage and a blue card again? And this is where and I swore that was against JT at first, but it's against.
He came in there with a lot of speed, and he definitely got the better of that, but Gibson, or Sosa rather, is just not happy whatsoever.
Well, he wasn't happy with the first little foul against Duduka, and He's down there, down kind of hiding behind those boards, and I can't see what's happening down there. And when the blue card came out, I thought it was against JT at first. I was like, oh no, here we go.
Pepe and St. Louis up top is a big power play opportunity for the ambush. Jaduka off the boards, trying to feed it to Tony Walls. Hemersky was not able to corral it, and then Pepe stepping forward accidentally knocked it out of play.
Well, it's just a little misunderstanding there between Kyle Williams and Hemersky, and Hemersky just couldn't gather it in because Kyle was in the way.
Hemersky pressured St. Louis, able to knock away his clearing attempt, and now Pepe was going for it, but goes out of play. And it'll be Palmer starting it. Sends it all the way for Gibson. Gibson going up against St. Louis, and McGee trying to knock it forward. It will go off Lee and out of play.
Yeah, and Leo Gibson will bounce that ball on his lap in that corner, wasting valuable seconds that the ambush need to try and get something going in this power play.
So you have to get a new ball. That one disappeared somewhere over in the stands. Here comes Pepe with it. Ari has one tonight. Tony Wallace has two. In the corner, he is with it. And he's knocked down as he got it back to Pepe, so that's going to be a foul on Palmer. Walls a little touch into McGee. Was going to leave it for Jaduka between his legs, but KC Comets Ray Lee saw that all the way and cleared it far away out of pressure.
But there'll be a restart on the yellow line for the ambush.
As Jamie Swanner still out behind the ambush bench. Mark Litton is back for his assistant coach duties, but yes, it will be Jason Norsik who is behind the bench once again for the ambush, owner of GK Union, out at the Chesterfield Mall as he provides soccer cleats to a couple of the ambush players. As Jaduka came around for a hard shot, McGee sold that well, but it goes out of play.
Well, it was a hard shot, it just wasn't very accurate. And again, the ambush need to do a better job of creating offense for me. I mean, we're a minute into this power. You know, we're a minute into this penalty, and they've really got nothing going.
Tony Walls in the corner, double teamed, able to feed it to a wide open Pepe. Now St. Louis steps forward with it, going up against Stokic, try to send it towards the middle, bounces over Hemersky, and then Tony Walls almost got a piece of that, but now it gets caught in the netting right in the corner.
And Hemersky got a piece of that. I mean, he had to make the save. It's the second time that he's kind of bobbled the ball and give the ambush a sniff.
The ambush going to get the corner kick. It's going to be Jaduka taking it. They have Pepe on the far side. St. Louis, Walls in two, and then Walls took the shot looking for the hat trick. It was touched by Hemersky and goes out of play once again.
He's feeling it, isn't he, Tony? He's feeling it. He gets a look at goal and he's swinging the leg.
Good setup by the ambush. Waiting, goes over to St. Louis, gets it right back off the rebound, off the boards, trying to give it to Jaduka. That was blocked by foot, and now St. Louis goes on hard. All three men go down very hard, and we'll wait to see what the call is here.
I think it's against St. Louis, the way everyone's tracking back. As you say, two Kansas City guys, and St. Louis took a spell.
That could have been a lot worse heading that with that much speed that close to the boards. As Jaduka was able to steal it away, and then Mark Scharf knocks down Rodriguez. And he's going to get called for the foul. Mike Scharf will. And so will be KC ball at the top of, near the top of the box. It will be a free kick though, as Leo Gibson will take it.
Mike Scharf wasn't impressed with that call, but again, you give the referee a decision to make. Don't be surprised when it goes against you.
Tony Walls pulls everyone forward for a quick three-man wall. Goes over to Rodriguez, and a big block there by Pepe.
Walls, he was amped.
Oh, Scharf going for the open net as Hemersky's out of his net and misses it wide as Walls was maybe looking for it off the glass.
Yeah, it was worth a shot, though. It was worth a punt. But again, with 12 seconds on the penalty, the Ambush really haven't. They really haven't had anything going here. And if you're an Ambush fan, you've got to be kind of disappointed, a little bit nervous at how they've not had anything attacking-wise. They're looking a bit anemic here. KC have dealt with this penalty pretty easily, and they may get even better there. And Leo Gibson just does make it better. Just lifts it over Paolo into the top corner. Short-handed goal with 7 seconds left on the penalty. The Ambush didn't have anything going, but he took Leo Gibson. One swing of the leg and it's all square.
Just able to bobble that. Had all the time in the world really to do that off a beautiful heave from Hamersky. Then the header by Williams.
The ball didn't touch the ground. The ball did not touch the ground from one end of the field to the other. And it's amazing, isn't it? The Comets couldn't get anything done in their 4 minutes when they had 4 minutes of penalty time. They go down a man and they get the goal they were looking for. And I said it was a big 10 minutes, this first 10 minutes of the second half of the Ambush. And that's really not what they wanted.
As Pushar is going to send it down to Felipe. Felipe off the boards, able to find Andre Braithwaite in his first game with the Ambush. Back to Pushar. Nice cut to the outside, now back to the inside. Takes a shot, just misses wide. Rebound going to be taken by Felipe, and that was bouncing, didn't get all of that. So they clear it up to Palmer. And then Pushar will get it at midfield.
Good initial shot by Pushar. Felipe really just couldn't get his leg around it for the follow-up.
Pepe, a long pass. And he's able to find Guedus. No, Stokic loses it. Braithwaite trying to get there, and then stepping forwards. Pepe through the legs, getting it to Guedus, and he can't do anything with it as he was looking for that pass towards the middle.
He just had no room to turn and have to take a shot. He had it back to goal, and just kind of blue card.
And it's a hands to the face as Pepe went right down. The call on Sosa, his second penalty tonight.
Well, he won't mind if Leo Gibson does what he does that again. Anytime you put your hands to the face, though, you're asking for trouble.
The league started enforcing that more last year. He became a lot more strict with it as McGee will take the opening kick for the Ambush. So him and Pepe go back and forth as the Ambush are on the power play for the third time tonight. The fourth time rather, as it's Pepe and McGee. Now Duduka. Quick passing by the Ambush to get it down to Walls from Pepe. Back to Pepe, he's tripped up by Williams, but Williams is going to get away with it and carries forward. He has Nacho Flores with him. Touch to Flores, and Pepe got a boot on that, able to knock it away. Here comes Duduka. Good touch up to Tony Walls, who already has 2 goals tonight. Walls waits, sets it back for McGee. And then down for Pepe. They get all situated. St. Louis settles a bouncing ball. Gets it to Tony Walls, now to McGee. McGee down low, Pepe touched in front looking for Duduka. That just gets deflected away though by Palmer. Duduka again, this time to McGee. He can't step forward in time as Gibson cleared that out.
You know, the Ambush needs to have a shot. They're passing it really nicely, passing it crisply. But it's like they're trying to pass the ball into the net.
Duduka trying to get around Gibson. And Gibson able to take that, but Duduka fights back and steals it once again. Getting it to McGee, touch to Pepe, and he can't get the shot off, but it gets right back to McGee. 30 seconds left on the power play. McGee has to touch it all the way back to Paulo, who cannot cross midfield just yet. About another 8:40 before he's able to do so with that. Now St. Louis down to Duduka. Back out to McGee. Over to Pepe. Pepe has a shooting lane, takes a shot and scores. Pepe gets his second of the game, and the Ambush retake the lead.
they had a shot. I mean, they were passing it. McGee had the opportunity to take a shot before, and he just tried to pass. He passed it off instead to Pepe. And I'm like, oh, no, take a shot, have a go. Pepe takes a shot, back in the lead. It's like they were trying to score the perfect goal. No, just swing your foot at it, see where it lands.
He didn't have the shot immediately, cuts to the inside, had a beautiful lane. And all Hemersky could do was watch that.
Yeah, it was a really nice shot, curling into the top corner. You don't shoot, you don't score, and then they were passing it around and trying to. I think they were trying to pass the responsibility onto someone else, it seemed. I'm like, you know, be a leader, take the game by the scruff of the neck yourself. And Pepe did that, and the Ambush have retaken the lead.
So the Ambush now 2 for 4 on the power play. There's a quick play by Casey trying to get in low. Stokic headed it to the middle, and then a good play by Dos Santos, clears it away, touches it out to Braithwaite. Here comes Andre Braithwaite against his former club. Cuts to the inside, has an open lane, takes a shot. Now JT with a one-timer, and that hits the netting. He had a couple options there.
JT just, he wants that back so badly. He knew what he wanted to do with it. He just came off the wrong part of his instep. He just wanted to stroke it into the corner, and he just came off his heel and bounced wide.
And here comes Sarian, and he carried that his entire way, and good save by Paulo. The rebound by Rodriguez was turned away as well. Bobadilla off the boards, kept in by Rodriguez. Paulo out of his net, trying to get away from Gibson, but Leo Gibson's able to touch it to Rodriguez, right back to Gibson on the give and go. Now John Sosa. Sosa trying to get the give and go himself. Now Gibson the shot, and that's in the box, blocked once again by the Ambush. They cleared away. Tony Wall's not able to grab it though.
Is there an Ambush player in this phase that has not had a block? All hands on deck.
Sosa centers it to Gibson. Threads the needle between Niamsi's legs. Now Sari. Back to Sosa, cuts to the middle, and a shot and a big save by Paulo. That was a good play by Sosa to get around JT.
Yeah, Sosa put 4 minutes of penalty frustration into that shot, and Paulo had to be equal to it.
And Niamsi able to take that from Gibson, and that pass is a bit too far, but Niamsi's able to corral it once again. Kills some time, good job, as he knew he needed to go off for a change. His team makes wholesale changes as well, and here comes Pepe. He has 2 tonight. Pepe moving in, has Felipe on the far side. Instead he'll use Mike Scharf. And all the way back for Paulo with 6.5 left here in the third quarter. Scharf tried to send it forward to Duduka, instead taken by Sari. And Nacho now.
The game's very back and forwards right now. You know, I think Niamsi did well at just taking the sting out of the game, try and slow the game down. I think it suits KC to keep a high tempo, a lot of pressure.
As Pepe was taken down, as Nacho was heading in, able to get the ball, it got knocked out of play, and may actually be on the Ambush.
Yeah, I think it was on Pepe. I think they're saying that Pepe got in the way and it was an obstruction call. Pepe is being held away from the referee by Stephen St. Louis.
So official timeout with 5:53 left. The Ambush able to retake that lead, but as you said, real back and forth as it is. But the Ambush still generating chances despite having the lead as well.
I think they could generate more. That's my frustration here, especially in that last penalty, is that they were passing and passing and passing. Take a shot, take a punt. You know, you don't win the raffle unless you buy a ticket. And finally, Pepe bought a ticket, and he was rewarded for it. And I guess that you've not won a game yet, there's a lot of pressure. But it almost felt like they were passing responsibility onto the next guy, onto the next guy, onto the next guy. Well, I am pleased with the Ambushes that they've made a lot more crisper opportunities than they did in the last 2 games against the Wave, and they've been rewarded for that. But for the best part of 3 minutes, when they had a penalty there where Souza were in the box, they had nothing going for them. In fact, they were down because Leo Gibson scored the short-handed goal on them. And the Ambush had a chance to regain the momentum, and for me, they just let that opportunity slip through their fingers a little bit. I'm not going to say they got lucky retaking the lead, because it was an excellent shot by Pepe, but I think with that 4 minutes, they could have had so much more.
We're about to get started back up here. Sosa looks like he's going to be the one taking the free kick from the top of the box, as the Ambush have a 3-man wall set up between Braithwaite, Niamsi, and St. Louis. That's quite the wall right there. Sosa touches it over. Rodriguez tried to bring it back to Lee, and now Braithwaite chugs forward at a lot of speed over to St. Louis, gets in the shot, taking in a big save by Hemersky.
And I'm not sure that St. Louis, that ball was intended for him. I think Niamsi was screaming up the right-hand side. The ball was intended for him.
And a great steal by Pepe on Williams. Gets it away from him. Here's Quaidus. Not Niamsi, that is now over to Jonathan Pushar. Try to send it up the boards to Tony Walls. Good play by Gibson. Sends it down low. Guy Gomez tried to take a shot that was blocked once again by Pepe. And Palmer, with Walls all over him, able to safely get that back to his keeper. And Flores shoots it forward. Guy Gomez being pushed up against by Felipe, works up the boards, but Tony Walls is the only one there. Changes up direction, but tries to clear it out, and that goes out of play.
I think we're going to have to get either Quaidus or Niamsi, one of those guys, to dye their hair.
Well, that's why we had Gibson. That's why it was so great to have Gibson. He just always had something new every game. It worked out.
You know, Stefan St. Louis got the dreads. You need a thing. You know, we were talking about Pablo had the bandana a couple of years ago. We need a thing to help us out of it. Thankfully, Felipe looks like he's had an argument with a hair trimmer in the back there.
That gets blocked in front and gets sent all the way down.
Again, all hands on deck in defense. People throwing their bodies on the line. But it's a testament to how important this game is.
4 minutes left here in this third quarter as it's towed into the corner by Gibson. Stolen by Felipe briefly, but then finds Rodriguez on this near side. Touched over to Sari and then tried to get back to Rodriguez. He took the shot, but that goes out of play.
It's been a definite tactic of the Comets to long-ish balls into the corner. And Leo Gibson has been, it's been meat and drink to Leo Gibson. He's been able to take them down, protect the ball, lay it off. You know, he just took the ball down there, laid it off to Rodriguez for a shot.
Ball up in the air, 50-50 ball, grabbed by KC. They're not able to grab solid possession, though, as it's going to be grabbed by Paulo. Try to throw it over to McGee, stolen by Stokic. Step forward by Sari. Takes a long shot, it hits the glass. And Sari going over and sends it back, but then there's going to be a foul called on Duduka. As he sent Robert Kelly down to the ground.
All Comets right now. All Comets.
And that corner by Williams, I'm not sure what he was trying to do with that there, but regardless, it goes out of play and Ambush will have the ball. Stepping forward with it, McGee, a long shot trying to find Braithwaite, but lands right in Hemersky's arms.
You know, I was just about to say the Ambush need a solid 2.5 minute phase of possession here. Just knock the ball around, take the sting out of the game. But
He went up top to Gibson. He had a one-timer that just went wide as Paulo was diving, trying to get in the way of that. Nyamsi knocked down. Stepping forward, Baba Dia unable to do so, and then James took a shot that was saved by Paulo. Then he grabs it, but Will Nyamsi is on the ground and he is in some pain.
And Felipe too. Players dropping like flies.
Felipe looks like he's just maybe pulling up his socks, taking a quick breather, but actually Cade Quaidus.
Let's see what happened there. Something or nothing.
You got to hit up high. It seemed like he was fine. He did say to the ref, like, put his hand up, just give me a second. Z heads off to the bench, but he just will sit down on the bench, not head into the locker room. So that is a good sign for the ambush.
Yeah, again, someone like Caduce, you don't know how much indoor ball he's ever played. And it takes a while to get used to the physicality of this league. Mike Scharf with an attempt there.
Scharf still with another attempt, took a shot, and a nice block there by Nacho Flores. Wasn't looking, actually got the back foot of himself to block that. As Stokic clears it out. Good play by Dos Santos, clears it all the way down. KC takes over as they make changes. Cleared to open field, only white and green sweater there for the ambush. Long pass up to JT. JT takes a shot, good save. Now the other shot, a rebound, then Scharf the other chance, just missed it. JT pressuring Williams. Williams the spin around, able to get around Dos Santos, a great play, and it's a 3-on-1 the other way for Kansas City. Williams gives it to the outside, John Sosa over to Gibson, he hit it off his head. It hits his foot, hits his head, and goes out.
Well, I can't believe I just saw that. Honestly, I was about to wax lyrical, but
it's Duduka to Pepe looking for the hat trick. He bounced over the ball, not happy about that. The whistle, as you were saying, Matt.
I was about to say, you know, how costly was that miss by JT, because I was fully expected Gibson to put that one away. There, it was a 3-on-1. They had options, and the ball just took a bobble as it came off the pitch, and we all saw what happened. I mean, strange things happen in this game.
McGee to take the free kick from the yellow line. Pass down to Baba Dia, and a good shot goes off the boards, and Hemersky was diving over for that. They had a wide open net briefly.
Yeah, I don't think Hemersky expected the near post shot, and it kind of took him by surprise. He had to get down low and quick.
It's McGee to Pushar. Namsi's out there as well as Duduka. Duduka saw they were trying to get it to Hemersky. And now St. Louis with it.
Good of St. Louis there, just put his foot on the ball, slowed the game down. I think it suits KC to have that high tempo, as I keep saying.
40 seconds left in the third quarter as they get down to Duduka already. 2 assists, looking for a goal. Instead, Stokic able to grab that ball in the air, send it all the way down to Paulo. As a reminder, with only 30 seconds left, start of the next half, you will start to see the keeper starting to be able to go past the halfway point. Now Felipe steps forward in the final seconds. Pushar sends it over. He scores. Jonathan Pushar, a 2-point night, as it is now 6-4.
What a sweet finish. He was low to the ground. He's got low center of gravity anyway. He got down and he used the pace of the pass to steer the ball into the corner past Hemersky. Really solid finish. He was kind of falling over when he struck this Pushar. Well, he wasn't really, but he still used the pace of the pass to steer the ball past Hemersky.
His first goal of the year for Jonathan Pushar. And it was a big one to give the ambush once again a 2-goal lead.
This is a strange game. Pache, I mean, the ambush had 4 minutes, couldn't get anything going, and you think, and the KC get the short-handed goal, and you think, oh no, here we go. But real resilience from the ambush here in this third quarter. Managed to get 2 unanswered. and they've actually extended their lead. And if you'd have told me that 10 minutes ago, I'd have been like, that's not going to happen. But here we are. Really nice goals. Two, you know, the second from Pepe, the goal right there from Pushar. Nice curling shots into the corner. And we can't forget that Leo Gibson's goal, where he lifted it over Pepe into the top corner himself, was just as good, especially considering they were short-handed. But a big 15 minutes coming up for the Ambush here. They've extended their lead. Everton down there in the corner just giving instructions. But you can't count this Comets team out. They have got it in them to bring this game back.
You got to imagine Gibson, after that little flub, is going to be looking to get that goal back in more.
Well, absolutely, but not just him. I mean, it happens to everyone. I think JT had two really nice chances there that he made himself, to be fair. He made the chances out of nothing, but he had really two good chances that he hit right at Hemesky. And they were right before Leo had that opportunity from the 301. It could be a really different game on both ends of the field here. But it's just about being more clinical and taking the chances that come to you.
During this break before the fourth quarter, we'd like to remind everybody that the Ambush would like to thank Mitre USA for providing today's match balls. Mitre, founded in Huntersville, England, is among the world's oldest sporting goods brands, starting production in 1817. Mitre is a proud partner of Major Arena Soccer League, providing arena-specific match balls to both the MSL and MSL2. The MSL and Mitre share a long-term vision to see arena soccer grow in North America. Mitre's Astro Division ball is the official game ball for MSL League play. Mitre's Astro Division is designed specifically for play on artificial surfaces. It features a more accurate flight path than the average ball and has a 30% reduced bounce to make it play more efficiently in arena soccer. We'd also like to remind you that you can get the latest news on the MSL and your favorite teams. Make sure you are following MSL Soccer on Facebook and Instagram, and MSL Arena on Twitter. Is the Ambush still looking for their first win of the year, 0-3. Going up against their opponents, the KC Comets, for the second time.
Yeah, I think sometimes the record sounds worse than it really is. I mean, having played Milwaukee twice, I mean, they're always hard games. I mean, Milwaukee have had our number for the past 5 years, and then immediately turn around and traveling 4 hours on a bus to Kansas City to play them the night after you play the Wave is always going to be difficult. This is a true test of the season for me. We've got a week's rest, we're at home. You know, you're not playing the defending champions. You know, you're playing a team that you beat 4 times last year. You're playing a team that you've had to really try hard to catch up with. You know, for aside from last year, the previous 3, the Comets were perennial victors against the Ambush. So the Ambush really had to work hard to get that season win last year. But this for me is a true litmus test of the season as to where this club's going.
The Ambush are ready as they are in their position, everyone out on the bench, and it seems the story of the game for the Ambush has been the new additions, Tony Walls, Duduka, all making a difference here.
Absolutely. I mean, Tony Walls, he's a known quantity. He's played at Milwaukee Wave. He's played at Cedar Rapids. He's played for St. Louis FC before. He's won a USL championship with Rochester. He played USL League One last year with Chattanooga Red Wolves. He is a consummate professional footballer. So you knew what you were going to get. Will Niamsi, new guy coming in, you didn't know what you were going to get, but really impressed with him. Really impressed with his footwork. I think Caduce needs to still find his feet a little bit. He looks a little lost out there sometimes, but he's got the goal tonight, and that'll do his confidence the world of good.
Bobadilla pressured Dos Santos, able to get it back to Paulo. Casey's definitely pushing here. A nice pass down. Able to find Guedus. known by his teammates as Q, as Dos Santos from Paulo. Paulo, the first keeper to pass the halfway marker. Bobadilla just over to Dos Santos as the ambusher's going to hold on to it.
Slow the game down. Let KC chase it and have to come out.
Good play by Dos Santos, cuts forward. Now to Pepe. Pepe with 2 tonight, takes a shot blocked by Palmer as it left his foot. And Bobadilla. Good play, Douglas Dos Santos. And the ambush will just hold on to it once again. It's booted forward, trying to find JT. That bounces into the crowd, though, to be KC ball.
Yeah, I'm just taking a leaf out of the KC Comets book there with a long pass up to JT. Normally, if he can get the ball, he'll bring it down pretty well and protect it.
Nacho able to get the pass from his keeper. Pepe all over him, so Sosa a little more open behind him. Nacho try to send that forward off of Pepe's boot and out of play. Nacho back to Sosa, trying to send it down to Gibson. He was in the box, actually pushed it away from the box. Nacho racing forward, able to beat Braithwaite there. Now Sosa near side, Leo Gibson able to cut around Niamsi, but Niamsi got the better of him and steals that ball away. Now here comes Andre Braithwaite, takes a long shot looking for it. Edamerski's not able to get it. Niamsi able to steal away. Mike Scharf on it now. Scharf right in front of the scorer's table, and there's going to be a foul called on Scharf. Scharf able to get a little bit of a header off that from Sosa, and then Gibson takes a shot that bounces just past Paulo, and he's going to want that one back. It is now a 1-goal game.
Well, you don't see that very often from Paulo, to be fair. The ball just kind of skipped off Gibson's boot and went right between Paulo's hands. And he looks furious at himself, Paulo there. And Paulo's been really good tonight at punching the ball away. You know, he's got a lot of pace on his punches. Just get the ball away. He's not had to concentrate about catching. Just get the ball away, and I think he wishes he coulda, woulda, shoulda just pushed the ball away there.
The ambush will start with it after the goal by Gibson. Tried to knock it off the boards was Rodriguez. It goes high. Good header by Hemerski outside his box. And now Jonathan Pushar on it. Loses it to James, and Paulo going to send it forward, trying to find Tony Walls. Now JT heads it to himself. Spin around by JT, loses the ball though. Now Tony Walls trying to step forward. Good speed by Lewis before he loses it. Now JT Thomas.
Good hold-up play by JT there.
Jonathan Puchar to Felipe. Felipe to McGee as the ambush looking to change. JT sends it off the glass in front, looking for Tony Walls. It bounces up in the air off the glass, and he scores the hat trick for Tony Walls. A little tip in once again, and the ambush leads 7-5.
I have no idea what just happened. How did that ball stay in bounds? I mean, I fully expected that ball to hit the net, drop behind the glass, and he just dropped the right side of the glass for Tony. And I tell you what, he's deadly from 2 inches out like that. The ball is very reminiscent of the ball landing at Duduka's feet last week against the Milwaukee Wave. He just drops his feet. He was able to steer it home.
It actually came so close it touched the top of the glass. Technically could have maybe touched the netting. Thankfully no instant replay to double check that.
Well, the game's carried on now. You can't go back and check it.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, we already start playing again. There's rules, and absolutely.
But Tony Walls won't mind. The fans here don't mind.
So Tony Walls, the hat trick. his 4th of the season, leads the ambushes. Now KC gets it right back. Paulo was trying to corral it around Palmer, and then sneaking up out of nowhere was Guy Gomez. And he once again makes it a 1-goal game.
And again, Paulo is... You talk about wanting something back. And again, the fragility sometimes of this ambush team. You know, just when you think you've got a bit of daylight, a little moment of where you're just not 100% focused.
The ambush with it in the offensive end. Dos Santos got it from St. Louis. They'll just send it right back. The atmosphere's kind of gone down because of that goal to make it by 1, but the ambush are still up as St. Louis goes down hard, and that is going to be a foul. No blue card though, as St. Louis still on the ground, just trying to regain himself.
Oh, I thought for a minute there that the referee was going for his pocket, but he wasn't. And ball's over in the corner with Bobadilla.
He loses it, but Dos Santos comes in to help. And then it goes away to Robert Kelly. Robert Kelly knocked down by Bobadilla and then taken away by Duduka. Nice outside touch to St. Louis as the ambush offense gets set up. Not before they make some changes. Pepe waits, long boot trying to find Braithwaite. Instead, Mike Scharf runs into Cadus. It's going to go to Williams. Williams able to get to James. James off the boards, and then in front was Niamsi trying to get it to Braithwaite. Good step up by Lee. Sees a little bit of space, takes a shot. Good save by Paulo as that went off his head, I believe. Pepe can't clear it out. John Sosa would look to wind up now to Gibson. Over to Sosa, try to get the header. Now Williams a shot, blocked by Paulo. Niamsi can't clear it out. Sosa trying to get to Lee, and he loses it. Now Andre Braithwaite trying to use his body weight to knock him off the ball.
All hands on deck for the ambush defense right there. Niamsi was limping. Blocks all over the place.
Now Mike Scharf was pressuring Sosa. And Kyle Williams now pushing forward, can't get around Pepe. Good play by Pepe, and then Scharf knocks it away. Pepe trying to use his speed to get past Williams. Able to do so, takes the shot, just goes wide. He was looking for the hat trick as well.
Nothing on for Pepe there. Why not? Have a go. Again, have a shot. You got nothing to lose.
Here comes Paulo stepping forward all the way. 1 goal against the Comets so far this year. Oh, Bobadilla drops it off. Pushar rather. It's now Paulo for Felipe. JT with some space. And looks back and instead just feeds it to McGee.
You know, I think the ball came to JT there in the corner. I think he was looking to have a shot. He was on his wrong foot, and he made the smart play. Instead of taking a shot that would have gone wide or lost possession, he just played it back, kept possession, kept the ball. It's more important right now.
Pushar back for the ambush at midfield. And they just feed it to Paulo. And KC pressured a little bit to begin this 4th quarter, but they have not pressured this ambush defense, specifically Paulo with the ball, as they've been passing it back and forth.
Well, they still got those 2 goals though, and I don't want to sit here and point fingers or anything, but 2 goalie mistakes by Paulo, and he's been brilliant. Let's not kid ourselves, he's been brilliant for the ambush since he's got here. He's kept them in games, he's kept games close for them. The last 8 minutes he will want back, let's not kid ourselves. You know, and he's earned the right, he's got enough credit in the bank. You know, he can't be brilliant all the time, but you know, again, it just goes back to you get a little daylight as a team. And you just think, okay, we can calm down now. And then KC go right back the other end. Things don't bounce the ambush way, and they're right back under the cosh. And again, you can't let KC Comets sniff blood, because they're like sharks with chum in the water. You know, they've been around a long time, this Kansas City Comets team.
We'd like to remind everybody during this quick timeout that you can get, you're watching the Ambush on MESL TV. You can catch every home game each week on the league's official streaming home, MESL.tv. And outside of being on the team, the best way to know what's happening in the MSL is to tune in to Kick This every weekend. Soccer Sam discusses the ins and outs of all the MSL action. Find Kick This every Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern on iHeartRadio.
You know, a win tonight for the Ambush would really kickstart going forward. They've got a really tough game against Tacoma coming up 2 days after Christmas. Tacoma is playing really well. You know, in the West, you talk about your Monterreys and your San Diegos and your Ontario Furies but you know, Turlock and Tacoma have really started the season well, playing some really nice football. And they're going to be really difficult when they come in here on the 27th. You know, no rest for the wicked either. KC have got to go to Mesquite on the 21st, and they're no pushovers either, Mesquite Outlaws.
So able to push forward. A couple of the Ambush wanted a handball there, but it's taken by McGee. Cleared forward to Duduka. Nice passes he has St. Louis to use if he wants to. Duduka going up against Rodriguez, holds on to it, try to send it off the boards, then gets it right back before losing it to Gomez. Good play by Gibson, able to get around Duduka, then a header by McGee. Takes that back in the Ambush possession.
And that header was needed as well.
Bobadilla upends Gomez as they both go down. Now Gibson and Santos into the boards, and Dos Santos able to push that ball forward to his end, but McGee cannot keep that in the Ambush possession. It goes all the way back for Steve Hemersky.
And Tony Walsh belted on the field. He wants to be on the pitch. He knows how big the next 6 minutes and 40 seconds are for the Ambush. He's busting a gut out there, Tony. I can't speak highly enough of the guy tonight.
The ball's loose at about midfield, taken by Bobadilla, and it's going to be a race for it as Hemersky's going to win that one easily. Gets it to Gibson, but Tony Walls is all up in his case before cleared forward by Sandovari. Still bouncing up in the air. Tony Walls settles it down a bit, gets it to McGee. Now to Bobadilla. He comes in, the shot, and a beautiful diving save by Hemersky.
Nice save by Hemersky. Game-winning save almost. Good shot as well by Bobadilla. He had to dig it out from under his feet.
Sent back Hemersky. Sends off the boards, and Lee has a lot of space to work as pinching was St. Louis. And they have numbers as Sosa down to Gibson. Back out to Sosa, and it's stopped, but then it goes in as this game is tied at 7.
Yeah, you said it. They had the numbers. You know, Hemersky was able to get the ball out, stranding 2 Ambush players in the KC end of the field, and KC had the numbers, they had the man advantage, and they just went straight up and took the ball away. I'm not sure if that'll go down as an own goal. Not that they have own goals, but...
Beautiful patience there. It looks like it did go off of, I believe that was Bobadilla.
Well, he nearly scored at the other end, Bobadilla.
So John Sosa will get credit for that goal, and that's got to be a relief for him after the 4 penalty minutes he accumulated earlier this game. As Mike Scharf trying to get it to Duduka. Now Niamsi waits, able to peel away from a man. To JT Thomas. Still a lot of room, a lot of time to work with. Touched into JT, drop back, McGee takes the shot, and diving was Hemersky over to the side. Duduka Trying to keep that in the ambush possession, and he will, as that was getting knocked out of play by Sandivari. Gonna be a foul called on Leo Gibson, though. As Felipe moves forward with it. Touch to JT Thomas. JT in, tried to send it towards the middle. Kept in by Scharf.
Good phase of possession there by the ambush, though, since they're conceding that goal.
Felipe sends it cross field into the corner looking for Tony Walls. Walls already with a hat trick tonight. Peels off 2 men, gets it to Felipe. Touchdown for Walls, fighting for it once again was Sosa, and then he's going to get called for the foul. It'll be Kansas City ball.
4 minutes and 20 seconds left, Patrick.
Ambush lay off a bit as KC sends it over, trying to set it in front to Gomez as he almost had that one-timer. So just go back to Palmer. And Rodriguez again. John Sosa through the middle. Try to feed to Rodriguez off a nice little tic-tac-toe play, but it's going to be taken by JT. He's knocked down. No call, though. Here comes John Sosa. To Leo Gibson, the shot taken and blocked by Mike Scharf. Leo Gibson hounded by Felipe. He's grabbing him. Grabs his jersey too and then gets it over to Sosa. The one-time shot blocked in front off the post, and Palmer got the rebound. It gets knocked high in the air and will go out of play.
Well, the ambush got a break there, did they not? All to play for with 3 minutes 17 to go on the clock.
Paul chips it forward, trying to find St. Louis. Instead grabbed by Sari. Lifted all the way forward, Lee. Off the glass, heads it back to himself. Dos Santos, now St. Louis in the mix, and St. Louis able to steal that away. A nice play, and then he's taken down by Sari, and that is going to be a foul on him.
Nice work by Stefan St. Louis. Came away with the ball. He knew he was going to get fouled as he was running up the boards there. He knew he was going to get fouled, but he had to take one for the team.
Paulo boots it all the way down, right keeper to keeper. As Hamersky hands it off to Lee.
Braithwaite with a handful of jersey there.
Just trying to be a pest, trying to get that ball away. Instead, it'll bounce off the glass, intended for Gibson. Instead, to Cadus. Cuts to the outside, now Jonathan Pushar. Leaves it all the way, Dos Santos near side. A good pass to find Pepe wide open. Pepe and Dos Santos go back and forth. Now it's Pushar. Cuts to the inside, can't get around Lewis. He's met by Gomez. Then JT takes a one-time shot. That's blocked. And bouncing ball picked up by Nacho. Nacho holds onto it, now gets to Lewis, and Pepe is going to get on that loose ball, but knocks it in front to Lewis. And Paulo has to dive forward to corral that.
A little sigh of relief there by Paulo. I think he needed that after his couple of mistakes earlier in the game.
Just under 100 seconds left in this game as St. Louis can't get around Stochich, kept in by Pepe. Pepe looking for the open man, and Baba Diaz wide open on the far side. Sends it in front for Duduka, and then Niamsi was about to take a shot, just bounced over his boot though with a minute 20 left.
That's why Niamsi's the defender.
Pushar waits and back for Niamsi. St. Louis slows stuff down, then moves around the offense a bit. 1 minute left in this tied game at 7.
Yeah, the ambush know, I think, to a degree that they have to win it in the 60. You know, having been 4-1 down, if they get it to overtime.
Great play to Babadia. He takes a shot that just goes wide as the lights went down here, and the KC Comets are not happy about that at all. It touched off of Braithwaite. It looks like he's thinking it jumped off the KC player.
And they have, to be fair to the Comets, they have every right to complain about the light situation there. I think it was Pushar maybe, or Bobadilla that was bearing down on goal as the lights went down. It must have put Hemiski off.
Gibson's knocked down. They wanted that call. Specifically, Gomez put up his hand. Andre Braithwaite heads it. Bobadilla racing for it, but goes out of play. Going to be KC ball. 24 seconds left.
Well, it's chaos out there, isn't it? Let's be honest, Patrick.
Felipe with 15 seconds left pushes it forward. Braithwaite just trying to carry this into overtime, but Gomez will step forward in a diving save by Paulo in the dying seconds, but 5 seconds are still left. The ambush have time. Pushing forward, it's Bobadilla. He pushes it over. Oh, and Felipe had a great chance if a second more was on the clock. He maybe could have got that to go. As the KC Comets were able to drag their way back into this game, and after 60 minutes, we will go to overtime.
Bonus soccer. What a game, seriously. You know, obviously we kind of biased, me St. Louis guys and all that. Consummate indoor soccer game. The Kansas City Comets are furious about the lights.
Going at Brian Roth. Gibson is. He's originally talking to the refs, and now some more coaches are going over there. They're all pointing at Brian Roth, and he's asking him to come over and talk to him. The one thing that we just got told in our ear by our director, John Elam, the lights are not connected to anything down in the scores table. He would have nothing to do with it whatsoever. So they're accusing Brian well, they're going to get nowhere with it.
Well, if he is the GM of the team, though. Yeah. I mean, if they're going to complain to someone, he's a good person to start with. I think they have a legitimate point, honestly.
Oh, absolutely.
But as Brian's down there, he's like, I didn't press a button. I don't have a magic wand that can turn the lights off. But anyway, we go into a 10-minute overtime. Sudden death. First goal wins. It's all to play for. I do think the onus is with. I think the momentum's with Kansas City. You know, being 4-1 down and getting the game to overtime is a little moral victory for them. You know, they were 4-1 down, then they were 7-5 down. You know, the ambush could never get away. KC were always able to get it back, and I think overtime favors them. I think the ambush knew that. I think they wanted to win it right there at the death.
The ambush pressuring a lot late in that game, even after it was tied. The ambush still were pressuring and almost were able to pull ahead once again as we hear the horn here at the Family Arena.
Well, you know, if it's all square after 10, then we got shootouts. You know, it's a 5-second shootout, best of 3.
As the men head to midfield for the ambush, it's going to be St. Louis, Walls, Mike Scharf, Pepe, and Felipe. And KC is going to counter with John Sosa, Ray Lee, Rodriguez, Gibson, and then Sari.
You know, it's very reminiscent also, though, of the, I think it was our first home game last year. We played KC. That went to overtime, and I think it was Corey Adamson. It was Corey Adamson that got the game win. He's not dressed tonight, Corey. But another similar result would be a fillip for this team.
The referees are having a discussion with Everton across field. It's going to be Kansas City who will just restart it here.
Yeah, I'm not sure that the game clock started rolling when they kicked off the first time.
Everyone all right with it? Not much happened, and we're underway here for overtime. It's sent into the corner. Rodriguez coming out for a good play by Paulo to knock it away. Lee on it, though, quickly tried to send it in front, and Rodriguez couldn't get there in time, or else he had a wide open net.
Well, anytime it just scarpers across the face of goal like that, you've got your heart in your mouth.
Send it all the way down for Gibson. That one's tipped and almost goes in, just barely skeetering wide.
What a cheeky header that was by Leo Gibson.
Will be a drop ball, as that ball was not going anywhere in that corner. Be Tony Walls and Gibson.
Watch his shins.
Walls able to come away with it, pushes it forward, but Sosa is the lone man there for Kansas City. Only 45 seconds gone by. Mursky sends it all the way down. Lee hard off the glass, but that's going to go just a bit too high and into the netting. The ambush going to make wholesale changes. Both teams will, as it will be St. Louis ball.
I feel like I'm holding my breath, you know, just waiting to see what will happen. Well, so far the first minute it's been all Kansas City. Let's see what the ambush can do now. Big hoof by Paolo upfield, drops to JT Thomas.
And JT moves down low into the glass, and then Pushar the shot, big save. Duduka's there, he shoots. Oh, a big save header, and then Duduka again can't get it done. Unbelievable chance for the ambush. Still alive. Pushar in. It goes through the legs, but just goes wide.
Well, anytime it goes across the face of goal, your heart's in your mouth.
Bobadilla over there. He's knocked down hard, and that's going to be a foul on Kansas City. Duduka, two great chances to put this game away.
Well, he's a big man, and the ball just wouldn't drop for him. He's waiting for the ball to drop so he could hammer it home. He just kept sitting up and sitting up and sitting up.
Dos Santos to start. It's a to Pushar. Far, or near side rather, for McGee. Right back to Douglas Dos Santos. Now McGee takes the shot, that's blocked, bounces off the boards. Good play by Dos Santos. Now Duduka stepping up, and he grabs possession right back for St. Louis. Pushar for Dos Santos as Duduka heads back down by the box. McGee trying to find Duduka, unable to do so, and that's going to be a foul on him. So Kansas City will take the ball as both teams make complete changes.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda there for the ambush. You know, in that last minute, there are fair few opportunities to put this game away. I just hope it doesn't come back and bite them.
Goes hard off the glass. Leo Gibson up against Niamsi. And then Kyle Williams will just slow it down. Williams going up against Bobadilla, and he took a shot, but grabbed by Paulo. Waits and heaves it forward. Wide open Andre Braithwaite. Good play off the boards to Niamsi. And now here comes Pepe. Now the man with a hat trick, Tony Walls. Down to Cadus. Ambush just passing around the field. Now Pepe back for the Frenchman, Will Niamsi.
I just want to know who's going to step up here. Who's going to be the hero?
Paulo steps past midfield. First time he's done that in overtime as they try to feed it down to Quedus. It's going to be bounced up in the air, and then they're going to declare that out on the ambush as that hit a man on the KC bench. Now John Sosa trying to find Gibson, able to do so. Niamsi all over him. Here comes St. Louis, and then a shot taken, blocked by Stefan St. Louis, trying to work past Gibson. He's able to do so. A 2-on-1. He has Bobadilla. Goes all the way down. St. Louis the slide, and diving over him was Hamersky to knock it out of play. Tony Walls to quickly set it back up. Calls Paulo forward, and will send it all the way back to him. As Bobadilla and St. Louis will head out Mark Scharf and JT join the mix. Trying to get down to Scharf. He looked for the header, but that was knocked away by Sari. And here comes KC. Beautiful pass, able to find Lee. Spins around to Rodriguez. Rodriguez to James, in a little boot. Goes wide. JT going up against Lee for it. Able to spin off of him. Beautiful pass. Able to find Felipe. Mike Scharf just about halfway gone by here in overtime. And McGee has some room to work with. Trying to find Duduka down low. And then it was taken by Nacho Flores. Nacho can't clear it out. Mike Scharf sees his aim in lights and took a shot just wide. Good play by Mike Scharf to get right back on the ball. Felipe all over Santavari. Now here's Leo Gibson.
Mike Scharf was very close. As you say, seeing his name in lights there. Good effort.
Sosa going back and forth with Palmer. Berto Palmer and Sosa. Hemersky pulls it forward, and then James right back to Hemersky. Casey holds on to it for a bit. Nacho again. Felipe's up with him, and then on Sosa is Duduka. Hemersky has some space. He'll take a shot himself, misses everything though, and he's gonna have to race back to his net. Paula Cesi still heading back. Tries to send it up to Braithwaite instead to Felipe. Felipe off the boards looking for Andre Braithwaite against his former club, but he gets headed away. Then here's St. Louis. Great play and a better shot and a beautiful diving save by Hemersky to keep this game tied.
Great shot, great save. That's all. I mean, that's really all you can say about that. It was just a really nice shot by St. Louis, and Hemersky was equal to it. He was at full strength, Hemersky.
McGee to take the corner with St. Louis, Duduka, JT, and Dos Santos. Touched over to JT, the shot, he scores! The Englishman, JT Thomas, wins it in overtime.
JT Thomas from Yorkshire, England, strikes the mitre ball from Yorkshire, England, into the back of the net. Again, who's going to step up? Who's going to be the hero? That's my boy, James Thomas. You know, an unsung hero. You know, he's a fits and starts this season. You know, it's a little harsh on Casey, I've got to be honest. You know, it's one of them games no team really deserves to lose. They did ever so well to bring it back from 4-1 down, and then they had a 2-goal deficit in the fourth. But the ambush, big win for the ambush, morale boosting win, especially with Tacoma coming in after Christmas. And they were due, Patrick, they were due. Great game, really good, solid indoor game of football. Excellent goals on both sides of the field. You know, that chip by Gibson, short-handed, was sublime.
You know, JT seemed to be building to this all game. His game, he just kept getting better and better, better passes, and finally he gets rewarded for it.
He deserves it. I mean, he does a lot of the yeoman's work. You know, he's in the corner, he's getting beat up, he's having to hold the ball up, he's got to protect the ball. And he's usually the one that lays it off to someone like Lucas Almeida, and he'll score, and Lucas gets all the credit. You know, JT does a lot of the work without reward. But the guy can finish too. He can strike a ball. We saw that in the first game against the Wave when he scored that consolation, but it was a heck of a goal back then, and he does the game. He gets the game winner tonight, and he's the hero.
We are just about to send it down to the field. As Angela Sharp looks like she has Kyle Williams with her of KC, unsure who she will have for the ambush as of right now. Yes, just as they're getting that all together. And Kyle Williams
You know,
to step forward.
We spoke a lot this game about the newcomers into the team, your Dudukas, your Niamses, your Kuduses. You know, even Mike Scharf, to be fair, he's kind of like a new signing. But JT's been with this club a long while now, and he's had to work hard to get through the little academy system they've got and make a stamp his authority on the team. And you know, maybe if Zach and Justin would have stayed, JT wouldn't have been playing tonight. But, you know, he's got to make the most of his opportunities, and he has done when they've arisen.
As we're going to send it down to the field for Brian Roth, giving the 3 stars, and then to Angela Sharp, who's with Kyle Williams.
Well, we're not quite there yet, but here we go with Angela.
Going to go to a break as the Ambush defeat the KC Comets in overtime, 8-7. JT Thomas with the winner. For Matt Bird, I'm Patrick Kelly. We'll talk to you guys next time on MASL TV.
We appreciate you coming to support.